The name Erika Kirk just became the most searched term in political conspiracy circles. And what Jasmine Crockett allegedly just exposed has people losing their minds.
If there was ever a RICO case, it would have been the Epstein case.
That was Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, blowing the doors wide open on what she called the biggest cover-up in American history. But she wasn't done.
That's what she is. She is a monster and she is a criminal. So number one, we need answers on what happened with...
And just when people thought that was aimed at Ghislaine Maxwell, social media started connecting those words to someone else entirely.
Y'all are telling me that Erika Kirk used to model for Trump or was in Trump's pageants, that she used to work for a ministry in Romania and was banned from there because the ministry allegedly was involved in children.
The internet erupted. Posts vanished, screenshots spread like wildfire, and Erika Kirk allegedly broke down when confronted with the one accusation nobody saw coming, that she was Jeffrey Epstein's so-called pizza supplier. But here's what nobody's connecting. This isn't random. This is calculated. And what's buried in the details might just expose the darkest network in American political history. Let's get into it. If you've been anywhere near social media in the past 72 hours, you've seen the screenshots, you've seen the accusations flying, and you've probably asked yourself the same question everyone else is asking. What does pizza supplier even mean? Here's what sources are whispering behind closed doors. According to insiders who've been tracking the Epstein saga since day one, pizza supplier is allegedly code language used within elite circles. It doesn't mean what you think it means. Sources claim it refers to someone who didn't just attend the parties, they helped curate them. They allegedly provided access, they made introductions, they ensured the guest list stayed, I quote, exclusive. And the name now being attached to that role, Erika Kirk. Now, before you say this is just another internet witch hunt, let me walk you through exactly how we got here, because the timeline is absolutely wild. It all started when Texas Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett went viral demanding the Epstein files be released. She stood on that House floor and said what most politicians are too scared to say.
So how we went from something that should have been...
She was calling out the system, the banks, the enablers, the people who looked the other way while children suffered. And that speech, that one moment, allegedly triggered a chain reaction that led straight to Erika Kirk's doorstep. Within 24 hours of Crockett's viral moment, social media exploded with claims that Erika's name had been circulating in connection to Epstein's network for years, but was being suppressed. People started posting old photos, digging up charity records, connecting dots that mainstream media refused to touch. And that's when the phrase pizza supplier started trending. To understand why this accusation landed so hard, you need to know who Erika Kirk actually is, because her background reads like a conspiracy theorist's dream board. Erika Kirk wasn't always a conservative icon. Before she married Charlie Kirk, the founder of Turning Point USA, she was already making waves in very specific circles. She was Miss Arizona 2012, under the Trump pageant system. That alone put her in direct proximity to some of the most powerful people in entertainment and politics. But it goes deeper.
Charlie Kirk really wanted the Epstein files released, but did his wife? Prior to marrying Charlie Kirk, she was a multi-millionaire on her own.
Charlie Kirk, she was a multi-millionaire on her own. That's the question that keeps coming up. If Charlie Kirk was so vocal about exposing the Epstein files, why has Erika remained suspiciously silent? Why hasn't she addressed any of this directly? And here's where the Romanian connection comes into play, because this is the part that made the internet go absolutely feral. Before becoming a conservative media figure, Erika founded a charity called Everyday Heroes Like You, and under that umbrella, she ran something called the Romanian Angels Project.
I believe that we all have angels in our lives, and these are my little angels from Antonio Placement Center in Constanța, Romania. Our goal with the Romanian Angels Project was to show these children the true American heart during the holiday season.
Sweet, right? Christmas gifts for orphans delivered by American soldiers. Sounds heartwarming. Except internet sleuths discovered something deeply troubling. That orphanage, the Antonio Placement Center, was located less than 10 miles from a NATO base that had been implicated in human trafficking allegations years earlier. And the military officer Erika publicly thanked in that video? A man named Colonel Otto Buscher.
Thank you message at the end that thanks Colonel
That name sent researchers down a rabbit hole. Romanian media outlets had previously linked Colonel Buscher to what they called a real brothel operating on a NATO compound. And suddenly, Erika's charity work didn't look so innocent anymore.
Colonel Buscher and Associate United Hands Romania have proven ties to child trafficking at multiple different points of their time in Romania. According to ctnews.ro, Associate United Hands Romania had close ties with the U.S. military at the Black Sea Rotational Force 17.1 and at the Mihal Kogalsanu military.
Are you seeing the picture forming here? A former beauty queen with Trump connections, a charity working near trafficking-linked military bases, a colonel with a documented scandal, and now accusations that she was allegedly supplying guests to Jeffrey Epstein's private events. Okay, let's talk about what pizza supplier allegedly really means, because this is where things get deeply unsettling. According to sources embedded in political gossip circles, the term refers to someone who acts as a connector between powerful figures and exclusive gatherings. Not someone who participates, someone who facilitates, someone who makes the introductions, someone who ensures the right people get to the right places. And allegedly, Erika Kirk's pageant connections, her charity work abroad, and her proximity to both Hollywood and Washington, D.C., made her uniquely positioned to play exactly that role. Think about it. Miss Arizona under Trump's pageant empire gave her access to entertainment industry elites. Her marriage to Charlie Kirk put her at the center of conservative political power. Her Romanian charity work allegedly connected her to international military networks. She moved seamlessly between worlds that don't normally intersect.
Around the time that she was claiming to be a casting director, she also owned a ministry that was working with the U.S. military in Romania. The area in Romania where she was operating this ministry had a bunch of locals accusing these evangelical ministries of kidnapping children and trafficking them out of the country.
That accusation that locals were accusing these ministries of kidnapping children hit different when combined with the pizza supplier allegations.
These children were being found in the UK, in Israel, and were also being sent to undisclosed
private islands. Let that sink in. We all know whose private island became the most infamous location in modern criminal history. Now, I need to be absolutely clear here. No official investigation has ever named Erika Kirk in any Epstein-related wrongdoing. Fact checkers have repeatedly stated that she was still a teenager when Epstein was first investigated. But the internet isn't operating on courtroom standards anymore. The court of public opinion has already rendered its verdict. And this is where the story takes its most dramatic turn. According to sources close to the situation, when these pizza supplier allegations first surfaced, Erika Kirk allegedly had a complete breakdown. Eyewitnesses say she was visibly shaken. Some claim she made multiple attempts to downplay her involvement in various charitable endeavors, scrubbing old posts and deleting archived photos. Posts that had been public for years suddenly vanished. Social media accounts went dark, and the silence from Turning Point USA was absolutely deafening. Line no one saw coming. After Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett allegedly exposed her rumored ties to the Epstein network, Erika didn't deny it. She allegedly fired back with a message that chilled Erika Kirk just crossed, everyone watching. Screens went black, posts vanished, and whispers turned into warnings. Whispers turned into warnings. What does that even mean? What was she warning people about? Who was she trying to silence? The internet wanted answers, and when they didn't get them, they dug even deeper. Someone unearthed a 2010 tax filing allegedly belonging to the International Faith Coalition, which listed a donation to Romanian Angels Children Project. Another user zoomed in on the signature, E. Kirk, France. That's Erika's maiden name. The timing is suspicious, to say the least. Her nonprofit allegedly dissolves the same year Epstein dies in prison, the same year his network starts getting exposed. Coincidence? The internet doesn't think so. And then there was the visitor log discovery. A clip began circulating online claiming Erika's name appeared on a 2015 DC visitor log for an event hosted by the Hope for Tomorrow Foundation, a group the internet claims had donors once connected to Epstein's legal circle. The document turned out to be real, but her defenders say it was wildly misleading. She was listed as a guest of Turning Point USA, nothing more. But at this point, does it even matter? The allegations are spreading faster than any correction ever could. Now, here's where I need to give you some crucial context, because Jasmine Crockett's involvement in all of this is complicated. Remember how this whole storm started? Crockett was on the House floor talking about Epstein, demanding transparency, calling out the cover-up. But Crockett has her own credibility issues that you need to know about.
So, remember how I said Jasmine Crockett thought she was about to expose the whole GOP? Well, she really stood up there with all the confidence in the world and started rattling off names of Republicans who supposedly took money from Jeffrey Epstein.
She went on a major news channel and called out Republican donors who donated to Jeffrey Epstein. The problem? She got the wrong Jeffrey Epstein. Completely different person, a doctor in New York, not the convicted sex offender. Some of those donations she called out happened in 2020, a full year after the criminal Epstein died in prison. So we have a congresswoman who already made one massive Epstein-related mistake, now being credited with exposing Erika Kirk. Is this legitimate truth-telling, or is this political warfare dressed up as justice?
Trump and Epstein were besties. We've all seen the pictures of them. We saw the birthday book. So why are y'all more interested in talking about Stacey Plaskett than Trump's relationship with the man?
That's Crockett deflecting from the Stacey Plaskett censure vote, where Plaskett was literally texting with Epstein during a congressional hearing. So Crockett was defending someone with actual documented Epstein contact while pointing fingers at others. The irony is so thick you could cut it with a knife. But here's the thing. Just because Crockett has made mistakes doesn't mean everything surrounding Erika Kirk is false. The allegations existed before Crockett's speech. The Romanian charity concerns were already circulating. The Colonel Busher connection was already documented. Crockett might have been the spark, but the fuel was already there. And just when you think this story couldn't get any stranger, we need to talk about the Viking connection.
People discovered that Erika's grandfather, Carl Kenneth Franz, had been knighted by the King of Sweden and served as Grand Chief of the Independent Order of Vikings. Vikings, Swedish royalty, secret orders. This sounds like something out of a thriller novel, but it's allegedly all documented. And then came the moment that made conspiracy theorists lose their minds. At Charlie Kirk's funeral, Kash Patel ended his eulogy with these words.
Friend Charlie Kirk. Rest now, brother. We have the watch. And I'll see you in Valhalla.
Valhalla, the Viking afterlife. At the funeral of a man whose wife allegedly descends from Viking secret societies, whose wife is now being accused of dark connections to the most notorious trafficking network in modern history. Is this reading too much into coincidence? Maybe, probably. But in the age of Epstein files and elite cover-ups, people aren't willing to dismiss anything anymore. Here's what's keeping political insiders up at night. If the pizza supplier allegations have any truth to them, Erika Kirk wouldn't have been working alone. Suppliers need customers. Guest lists need guests. And those guests allegedly included some of the biggest names in Hollywood and Washington. The whispers online suggest this scandal could ripple through circles of prominent celebrities and politicians, names we haven't even heard yet, names that have been protected by layers of wealth, influence, and power.
And this wasn't just one little sick old man that was doing stuff, but there were so many layers, whether we're talking about the banks that were involved, whether we're talking about those that worked for him, that helped him, whether we're talking about the monster known as Maxwell.
Layers, that's the key word. Epstein didn't operate alone. Maxwell didn't recruit alone. And if these allegations are true, the Supplier network didn't function alone either. The American people want answers. They want the files released. They want to know who attended those parties, who made those introductions, who looked the other way. And right now, Erika Kirk's name is at the center of that storm. But I need to pump the brakes for 1 second and give you a reality check, because as explosive as all of this is, there's a dangerous side to the story that we can't ignore. The Epstein case involved real victims who suffered real trauma. And when people throw around his name to score political points or destroy someone's reputation without proof, it actually disrespects those victims. That's the truth that gets lost in the viral chaos. Real children were hurt. Real survivors are still healing. And every false allegation, every unverified accusation makes it harder for real victims to be believed. Is Erika Kirk guilty of what she's being accused of? I don't know. You don't know. The internet doesn't know. And that's the terrifying part. There's been a coordinated effort by certain groups to weaponize the Epstein case against political opponents. Both sides do it. Democrats tie Republicans to Epstein, Republicans tie Democrats to Epstein. And in the middle of this warfare, truth becomes completely irrelevant. But here's what we do know. The documents exist. The charity records exist. The Colonel Busher connection exists. The suspicious timeline exists. And until Erika Kirk addresses these allegations directly, with transparency, with documentation, with proof, the whispers aren't going away. So where does this leave us? Jasmine Crockett is still demanding the Epstein files be fully released. Erika Kirk remains publicly silent about these specific allegations, and the internet is doing what mainstream media won't: digging, connecting, exposing.
You're telling me that Erika Kirk used to model for Trump or was in Trump's pageants, that she used to work for a ministry in Romania and was banned from there because the ministry allegedly was involved in children.
A machine protected by elites. And maybe, just maybe, we're finally starting to see the gears. The questions that remain are enormous. Was Erika Kirk really Jeffrey Epstein's pizza supplier? Did she really help curate those infamous guest lists? Are there more names about to drop? And why does everyone connected to this story suddenly go quiet when the heat gets too intense?
Wow,
What is going on, indeed? The only thing certain right now is that this story isn't over. Not by a long shot. Because when it comes to the Epstein files and everyone allegedly connected to that network, the truth has a way of surfacing, no matter how deep they try to bury it. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Erika Kirk is being unfairly targeted, or do you think there's something darker being covered up? And don't forget to subscribe, because when those files finally drop, you're going to want to be here when we break it all down. This story is just getting started.